What's up, YouTube? Capital G here. Got some interesting duels for you guys to check out. The first duel is going to be rather quick. The second one's going to be the exact opposite. Super duper duper grindy. First duel has Old Guard Thunder Dragons facing off against a very interesting build of Infernoids. He's actually teching copies of Phantom of Chaos, which is kind of cool. When I say Old Guard, I just mean that it's not like the current version of Danger Thunder that a lot of people would run. I don't think you ever need to run like spells that are not named Sekka's Light, or you don't need to run like Thunder Dragon Origin or any of that crap, because there's a reason people like took those cards out of the deck. Anyways, let's go ahead and roll this. You guys will see like just making a bunch of like Colossus or Titans turn one doesn't really win Yu-Gi-Oh duels anymore. I mean, maybe you get like a really good matchup, you drop like triple Colossus and you play it into Sky Striker and it wins, but overall it's like, you know, decks can play against it, and it's just more consistent to go with like negations and stuff like that. Cards that can straight up interact with everything your opponent might throw at you, rather than just kind of one angle. So you'll see that he did have multiple like Nessies. One of his Nessies didn't resolve, and he is going to end on the board with, I think, 3 fusions. Looks like a minimum of at least 2 of them. So fair enough. Against Infernoids, this is actually not that good. He is going to get a pop here, so actually Titan does work in his favor, because if not, you know, he might have just lost his monsters instantly. So Decatron's going to die. He is going to get his effect off. Void Imagination, such a good card, so powerful. That means he can start loading up his graveyard from the extra deck. Again, he's gonna go with those Nethys to pop his own copy of Tierra. Now he's actually gonna put his Phantom of Chaos, I believe, back in his deck, and he's gonna summon Steinamus, which is super good because it can just banish those Thunder Dragons without actually having to destroy them in battle. Thus, their protection can actually be used. So he gets rid of the Titan. I think his opponent might actually throw another Titan at him. We'll see what ends up happening here. Nope, looks like he's just going to attack into the Devyati and simply passes it back. And this is actually going to be super cool what he's going to do, right? So he normal summons his copy of Phantom of Chaos, and he's going to activate the effect to turn his Phantom of Chaos into a Cyber Dragon Nova. This means he can rank up Phantom of Chaos into Cyber Dragon Infinity. When I saw that, I was like, holy shit, that is actually 200 IQ. I've never seen anything like that before. Just ranking, I mean, that's actually like Zodiac, right? You just rank up an effect monster into an Exceed and then suck up your opponent's monster. Like, that's actually incredible. His opponent says, Cap G, that play was too good for me. I'm gonna go ahead and scoop it. So that duel was it was pretty painless. Just a couple of turns, but this duel is going to be the exact opposite. This is Teen Angle versus 60 card side frames. Anytime you see side frames, you know it's going to be grindy. Side frames don't really have easy wins. Everything is going to be a grind, and Teen Angle, shout outs to Akira Zaizen, is pretty much the same. He's playing Prediction Princess, one of my favorite archetypes to play because it's just super fun. He's playing Prediction Princess in his build. It does actually have a lot of synergy because Teen Angle are flip based, and you know, you can use them for the ritual summon, and then you can also like summon them from the graveyard when you sent them there from the ritual summon. So it actually makes a lot of sense. You can see that he put 5 monsters on board relatively easily. I mean, this is why Teen Angles could maybe use another Link monster, not just you know, their Link 3. Maybe they could get another one. Anyways, he's actually going to use the Subterra Link monster, which is just completely unplayable in its own archetype because Guru controls all anyone plays when it comes to Subterras. But he says, I'm just going to go ahead and use it in this deck. He did use beta there, at least stopping an attack, and really it kind of takes a while for, you know, it takes a little bit of time for side frames to kind of get like wound up. He's playing Mech Knights in his build as well. I mean, and he's also playing Assault mode for some reason. I don't know why. It's freaking 60 cards, man. I think that everything is in here. He is just drawing cards for days. Like, I guess when these Teen Angles are flipped up, you get to just draw a lot of cards in. I mean, he's gonna have so many cards that he's gonna have to start discarding stuff. I thought, man, this guy had better find some way of getting these damn Teen Angles off the field. I swear, in some of these duels, you really look at Teen Angles and you're like, dude, that archetype looks so good, but then you play it and like none of this is gonna happen. Anyways, since he has so many cards, he is consolidating some of his advantage into Nightmare monsters to basically use them as removal. Goes for Borlo Dragon. Borlo Dragon is pretty good against side frames because, like, you know, they can't really Zeta it because they can't target it, and the Mech Knights are too small to actually attack over it. This was a weird, questionable play using Nightmare Unicorn on a Purple Nightfall, because Purple Nightfall can just banish itself. So what? Why not just go after the back row? Seems like it would just be way more beneficial, because back row generally can't tag itself out when Purple Nightfall clearly can. But Cyframes, you know, they're a deck that are resilient, and he finally is able to get Cyframe Lombo on field. Now he can actually start not just using the search effect, but he can start playing his Cyframes as if, you know, they're just a regular archetype. You don't have to have an open field now. He can start playing them alongside of the Mech Knights, because the Mech Knights really they conflict completely with the Cyframes. But if you're able to make Lamba, then it's actually like quite fine. And I thought maybe he was gonna Black Rose here. I'm like, dude, I think Black Rose might be the only option. He's got a 6, he has a 1, but he's actually gonna go for Zeta, and you know, maybe he's gonna use that to banish one of his opponent's monsters. Looks like he's going for that Unicorn. He probably will have a couple more synchro plays, because Gamma's gonna be used. That'll probably bring out an Omega. He is starting to make a small comeback. I don't know if it's doing that much damage. His opponent finally dropped that Teen Angle Link monster, and finally, the 3rd time synchro summoning this turn, he says, all right, Cap, I hear you. I'll Black Rose the field and get rid of everything. The thing is, Teen Angles can just like recover. He's gonna activate the Teen Angle Delune. Okay, I can't pronounce that. And he's just gonna bring back all his Teen Angle monsters. So even though he did Black Rose's opponent, it didn't actually do all that much. And his Teen Angle Link monster, which has originally 0 attack, is currently 3,000, because he has a bunch of different Teen Angle monsters with different names in his graveyard. He has a bunch of synchros, like he has a lot of synchros on the field, but it just feels like he can never actually get through this damn wall of Teen Angle monsters. Like, you basically have to put a lot of pressure on Teen Angles at this point, otherwise they're just going to constantly recover their monsters. I mean, maybe he could possibly try to win by deck out, because his opponent only has 16 cards in his deck, but that just seems pretty far-fetched, right? Like, who actually wins by deck out at this point? He's finally able to get rid of most of his opponent's monsters. Once he used that final Zeta, he is going to be able to just attack with the Teen Angle Hound, who is currently sitting at 5,000 attack. He didn't actually have a beta. I thought that maybe attacking directly, I was like, hey, he might actually have a beta. He might have a way of stopping that, but alas, he did not actually have that. So yeah, Teen Angle's super duper grindy of a deck, running into another super grindy deck. But yeah, man, you ain't outgrinding Teen Angles when you allow them to have 5 monsters on the field, pretty much for like 75% of the duel. Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed those grindy and short duels. If you did, give the video a thumbs up. Thank you guys for watching. As always, subscribe if you have not already, and turn on that notification bell for daily videos.